Welcome everyone to Call Sheet Confessions. I'm so excited to be kicking off my first Los Angeles episode. We are out of the East Coast winter, at least I am. My guest is not. He'll be back there later this week. But I am so glad to be out of the cold and back in the warmth of Los Angeles. My guest has been a very influential person in my life. He has been with me since the beginning of my hip hop and commercial dance journey. He is the artistic director and CEO of Boss Kids, the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets Kids, and faculty on Joffrey's Summer of Hip Hop program. Please welcome Jona Biddle, aka The Jonah Show, to Call Sheet Confessions. Welcome, Jonah.
Hello, Miss LePage. I always used to call her Mia LePage, the whole thing. This is fabulous. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
I'm so excited to be here in the sunny side of the world.
Exactly. Yes, a little break.
Yes, most certainly needed.
Storming in New York right now.
Yes, it's like a lot of snow. People are sliding through snow and stuff, and I've just been wearing shorts and looking fabulous.
As you should. As you should. So you grew up in Atlantic City, New Jersey. What was it like growing up there, and what were you like as a kid?
Wow, see, Atlantic City, I'm not as old as you think I am, young people. I'm in my 40s. So I grew up in the 80s where the casinos were being built and created. So like the 80s was really popping and 90s was even better. I would say Atlantic City was most certainly like a small Vegas in that time frame. So it was always a lot of celebrities, shows, events, the Miss America parade, which was a major thing in Atlantic City, the Miss America pageant.
Yeah.
So growing up was really fun for me. I was a kid who loved to dance, sing, act. Anything in the arts was something that I was gravitating to. But my family tried to put me in sports, but I was like,
not for you.
That's not for me. So I always was more interested in doing like things that were more artistic.
Totally. My mom put me in basketball. I liked basketball, but then I was like, all right, time to go back to dance.
Yeah.
She tried to have me do like lacrosse. Not happening.
And I do think sports and dance are very related.
Yes.
But I'm okay.
I think you gain the same sort of skill set,
Absolutely.
You know, like hard work ethic, teamwork. You definitely develop the same sort of skills,
Absolutely.
but rather be artistic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So how'd you get into dance? You were interested in art. What really inspired you to get into dancing?
So growing up, my mother had me very young, 16 years old, first, only child. So we did a lot of like budgeting because she didn't have a lot of money. We watched movies and I would see a lot of musicals, West Side Story, Little Shop of Horror, The Wiz. And that immediately, I knew I wanted to do that. And then you had artists like Janet Jackson in the 80s, the mid 80s, where you started seeing her do like street jazz. And I was like, I want to do that. So I immediately started to like find classes in my school or like any kind of outside programs that like taught dance. And that is kind of like where that began, like maybe second or third grade.
Okay, cool. Second or third grade. So you're taking class in school and outside of school.
Mainly in school, because at that time, like there wasn't a lot of like, now there's all these dance studios and like dance opportunities. There wasn't a lot of that in the 80s, especially in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Because it was either sports, the casino, like the kind of major sports. Dance wasn't like a big highlighted thing growing up.
Okay, interesting. So what styles did you start dancing and start learning?
So funny, my first style was tap.
Okay.
Because I asked my mother if I could take ballet, and she was like, no. Because back then, I guess boys doing ballet was kind of like, especially growing up where I grew up, you kind of had to be a little bit more tough.
Yeah.
So I think she was just trying to protect me.
Okay.
So she allowed me to take tap, which I loved.
Yeah.
And then that's when I fell in love with hip hop.
Cool.
But I wouldn't say that dance became a full-time hobby or love until like maybe junior high school or high school. I was really into marching band. Even up to college, I played in the marching band.
Yeah.
And our band like danced. So it kind of was a marriage of both.
Yeah. And I feel like with tap, you learn rhythm, and same with marching band. You get really familiar with music, which translates to dance.
It's so helpful. It really is, because once I got into dance, I understood, like, when I used to have to play it, I would see the 8th notes, the 16th notes, and I knew how to now choreograph or dance to it because I used to play it.
Cool. Yeah, that's so awesome how it translates that way, you know, and having those skills, because dancers, they might want to dance but not really understand the music.
Correct.
And also with what you do with choreography, like understanding the music is very important to then put steps to music. So after high school, what were your plans? What was next for Jonah?
Believe it or not, and I can send a picture and you can put this like right there. I put choreographer in my high school yearbook. I want to be a choreographer and a model. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When I got to high school, I started choreographing for like the marching band, the cheerleaders. I had a little dance team in high school called Too Hot to Handle. Shout out to you guys in Atlantic City. And we went to the Apollo when I was in my sophomore year. And that's when I got introduced to New York. And I said, oh, I'm going to move here. And this is a place I feel like I'm going to be Jonah. So I knew right after high school, I wanted to go to college. I thought that was important to just find myself. And I went to college far away from Jersey. I went to school in Virginia. I went to Virginia State University. What's up, VSU Trojans? And I marched in a band, danced there, modeled there, and really built a name. And that's when choreography became a real thing for me, because in college, everyone would ask me to choreograph. The fraternities, the sororities.
Yeah.
So that's when I knew that was going to be part of my calling.
That's so cool. I feel like college, I had a lot of opportunities to get involved with different programs as well and choreograph, and it definitely helps you like redefine your skills and like learn exactly what you want to do. That's that time to figure it out. So you were also in a step team in college, right?
I was.
Yes.
I actually started stepping, pardon me guys, in high school. We had a step team program, and they actually mirrored the Alphas, which is a big fraternity in the Greek life. So we used to go to competitions. So I knew when I went to college that I wanted to continue that because I love rhythm. Again, I tap first.
Yeah.
So stepping is just another connection to tap for me.
Yeah.
So yes, stepping was definitely a part of my journey. I actually teach step to this day. You know.
Yes. Jonah would teach stepping classes at Joffrey, and they were always so much fun. Like it really felt like such a team, and like the unity of everyone, like doing it together was so much fun.
That's what stepping is about. It's not about movement, is about sound and building sound together. So I'm glad that they allow that now, for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. And what a cool like dance style to learn.
And look, Beyonce did it for her Coachella performance. Hello, how you doing?
Yes. So after college, you were like, okay, now it's time to go to New York City.
Absolutely. So I came home for 2 years because we all know after college, nobody got no money. So I went home, I worked in the casinos, saved up money. Believe it or not, one of my friends from high school was living in like Jersey City. Okay. And my other friend saw him in the mall. And we hadn't seen each other throughout college because we were in two different colleges. And pretty much we fell back, became friends again that moment, and moved to New York the next year. So that was like 2003, 2004. And I have not been out of New York since then.
Wow.
So it's been 22 years that I've been in New York City.
And do you feel like New York is the place for you forever? Or do you see yourself ever living somewhere else?
New York will always be home. But I most certainly will plan to do more with my career, especially now that I'm getting up there in age. You don't want to be stagnant. Yeah. But you also, if you have success, don't just leave that either. You know, so I don't ever want to be like ungrateful, because New York has given me such a beautiful life. But I know that I'm capable of doing more. So I'm excited for what's to come.
Totally. So when you first moved to New York, did you immediately start holding open classes, teaching? Did you work a 9 to 5? What was like your first step?
Soon as I didn't leave Atlantic City until I had a job in New York. So I had my apartment that April, but I didn't move to New York till June until I found employment. Okay. Again, do not make decisions without having a plan.
Yes.
Especially you have a high paying job. Why would I leave that without security? Yeah. So I waited till I found employment. I worked in real estate for about 3-4 years, but I still was able to dance because it was 9 to 5 and I had weekends off. And my boss, thank God for Stephen Leff, he believed in me so much that he would let me miss work. He would let me go to auditions. He would tell me to audition for things.
That's so
nice.
I've
had beautiful people in my journey that was like supportive, even though in my corporate life.
That's really incredible that that your boss was so supportive and like wanted you to go follow your dreams and do auditions, because I feel like dancers, they're always trying to find that job that's going to be flexible, and a lot of people will work as a waitress or at a bar or at a coffee shop, but that's so nice that you were able to work in real estate and also have that flexibility to pursue your dreams. It's amazing.
It's a blessing for sure.
Yeah. So how do you think like those skills that you learned from real estate translate into what you do now?
Well, I started as a processor, processing like loans and working with underwriters before a loan closed and went to like, you know, the client got the home and things like that. Yeah. I became manager in like 4 months and VP in a year and a half.
Wow.
So just learning how to manage a staff, how to be super like structured, and just really being able to train employees and be a leader. And this is in my 20s. So all of those skills are applied to who I am to this day.
Definitely. And so when you started hosting your open classes and teaching, how did you start doing that?
So back then, we didn't have social media. You had, I think, maybe MySpace or maybe YouTube, but it wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah.
I was old school. I had a flyer. I went to every bodega.
Yes.
I was can I put my flyer up here? That's how I started. I started my first dance company called Hypnotized in 2005. 7 people auditioned. Now I will say those 7 people changed my life. Those 7 kids all went to like LaGuardia or PPAS. So immediately my name circulated into those schools because of the talent. And Hypnotized became a very popular group in my 20s. And it shaped the rest of my journey. And it was such a great learning lesson having that kind of team. Because at the time I had a 501c3, which is a non-for-profit organization. So I was able to get funding from the state and the kids didn't have to pay tuition. They paid like $20. So I always say it was like my bachelor's, like that first company.
Yeah.
It was like I was getting that bachelor's in dance.
I love that. Yeah.
That's kind of how I had to kind of look at my life and put them in categories.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's how I did not start off as a choreographer. I started off as my own company. That then started to open doors because people were like, who's this Hypnotized team? And then they started asking me to do like classes or whatever the case may be. But I actually never thought I would teach classes or conventions. It wasn't part of the plan.
Really?
I just wanted to choreograph, have a dance company, maybe choreograph for like a celebrity.
Yeah.
But everything I've done in my career was not something I saw.
Did you see yourself teaching kids and young people? Because I feel like a lot of the work you do is inspiring young people. You're a role model and mentor to young people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I always knew that I would work with like younger people, but not kids necessarily. Because Hypnotized, I want to say they were high schoolers. I want to say in my 30s is when I started working with a lot more younger youth. I used to teach 4th grade for a little bit. People don't know that. But that was the year that I realized that I loved kids. So I think that was like 29. So by 30 is when I started to kind of like dibble into like working with the youth only.
Okay, cool. I don't know if you know this, but I think you might. You were the first open dance class I ever took in New York City.
Wow, really?
Yes.
What song was it? Do you think you remember that?
It's like on the floor and hold up, wait a minute, baby, crazy, roll up, yeah. Yes.
This one?
Yes. It was either, I think you were doing a Halloween video around the same time.
Yes.
And I think I went.
The Timmy Turner?
I think so, yes. And I went to that audition. Got it, by the way.
Period.
Shout out, Jonah. But I was coming up from Philadelphia, and like the rehearsals conflicted with, I think, the competition team I was on at the time, so I couldn't do it. But then I came to that class, and that was also like my first solo in a dance class.
Wow.
Yes. And like I became really involved with the New York City dance community.
You were in New York a lot.
Yeah, to the point where people like thought I lived around the corner. Like everyone thought I was like from New York,
right.
And I was like, no, I'm taking the train, or my mom or my grandfather's driving me up from Philly.
Yeah.
But that's been so like impactful in my life, because even coming and moving out to LA, like a lot of dancers move here, and I know so many people because I know New York dancers.
Facts.
Yeah, and even then, I feel like Philly and New York are starting to merge more and more.
Absolutely.
Now, where choreographers from New York are teaching in Philly and vice versa.
Right.
And it was cool to build that from like, I think I was like 12 years old.
Yeah, you were a very invested young person. Like from the moment I met you, you were so passionate and you were very like independent.
Yeah.
And that's important. I don't think people understand, to be a dancer, to be anything that is not a traditional job, you have to have like tenacity. You have to have drive.
Definitely.
And you've had that. You know, it wasn't, sometimes you'll come by yourself. Like you didn't even have.
Right.
You was about that life.
Yes, and I think something that set me apart with it too is I feel like a lot of parents push their kids into dance or were dancers and want their kids to dance, where it was all coming from me. My mom, like, I think she took a ballet class like once, but like she was not a dancer. I didn't come from a family of dancers. I was drawn to this, wanted to dance, would dance at like restaurants or dance around the house until my parents put me into a dance class.
Absolutely.
And all of like wanting to go to New York, wanting to take classes was all me being like, Mom, like, look at this. I really want to do this. And like showing her how passionate I was about it for her to then believe in me, to then want to, after work, drive me to New York, come back,
I remember.
Go to school the next day.
Anytime I needed an assistant, I was like, Mia, her mom would drive her hours. Remember you came up to like Syracuse or something?
Yes. So I was just about to mention that too. Like that was such a cool opportunity with you providing me the opportunity to assist you in Syracuse. And I helped you choreograph some routines for, was it Dominique's Dance
Creations in Syracuse.
Yes.
Shout out my girl Dominique and Jason.
Yes, shout out to them. And Jason was at Joffrey as well.
He's killing it. He dances for the Nets now.
Yes.
Full circle.
It is so full circle. And I think I was like 15 when I did that. Yeah.
Didn't the hotel lights go? Was that time? No, you wasn't there at that time. That same place we stayed at hotel and the lights went out for like 10 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It was scary.
That is scary. But yeah, you've had like such an impact on me because I feel like your confidence in me shaped my confidence as a dancer.
Thank you.
And like you seeing how passionate I was and my drive and recognizing that really gave me the confidence to keep pursuing this.
Wow.
And you putting me in those positions too of inviting me to sessions and inviting me to assist you. Like I was like, okay, like he sees something in me. Like I got to keep going with this.
Absolutely.
You know?
Anytime young people, that choreographers are inviting you out to places and wanting you to assist, they see something in you. I know for me personally, because I have a beautiful brand that I built, and I'm very selective of who I'm gonna bring around what I've created. And you always just had the same kind of like passion I had, and just humble and hungry, and you're fierce, you know? So fierce recognizes fierce.
Yes, exactly. Real recognizes real. That part. And also I danced in your, like, one of your Christmas videos.
Iconic. Check it out on my page.
And you had a dance convention, I remember.
I did? Oh my God.
Yes.
Right before the pandemic.
Yes. I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, oh my gosh.
I can't believe I did that.
Yes. A whole convention.
A
whole convention.
I think 8 or 9 choreographers.
Yeah.
3 rooms. I'm crazy. I got a stage.
We did Normani formation.
And I had like a competition.
Yes.
I need to do that again.
You should. And those experiences were really cool because they, like, being on film, like in that Christmas video, was like similar to the experience of filming a music video. So getting those like early, like semi-professional experiences, performing on stage, performing on camera, like those were also really helpful for me in my dance journey.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Jonah, y'all.
Well, it was a pleasure. I'm happy that to see that all of that is, look at you now.
Yeah,
It's worth, sometimes like people, you work so much. It's worth it when you see the results.
Yeah, definitely. So like I mentioned, you were the first teacher I took class from in New York City. How important is it for you to be intentional with the young people that you meet and helping them grow into the dancers that they are today? Like really shaping them as creatives?
I think it's important that we keep in mind that we're mirrors. When you have students or people that look up to you, everything you do is something that they aspire to have or be. And it may necessarily be anything material. It could just be the way you carry yourself, the confidence you have. So I think it's important that I am also showing the way that I expect that from my dancers. And then when I see that I have people really paying attention to who I want them to be and pushing them to be, I'm going to continue to pour into them and give them the support that I didn't have growing up. I didn't have a Jonah growing up. I've really figured out this industry, this whole entrepreneurial thing on my own. No one was there supporting me, telling me, do this, save this. I had no clue. So I try to just really be a vehicle to help other people not make the decisions or go in the wrong directions I went into.
Right.
Like I really want people to like have somebody that can support them and guide them properly. You're going to make mistakes. That's part of being
life.
Yeah, that's
human.
part of life.
Yeah.
But at least you can have somebody to be like prevent you or like, I wouldn't do that. I would maybe do this.
Yes.
So I always just try to instill greatness into people's support. I think we all want love. We all want to be seen and feel validated. So I feel like if people are taking time to come and train under me or want to assist me, is the least I can do is do that.
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
And I think that's so cool that, you know, based on your own experiences, that you want to be that person that you didn't have growing up. You want to help inspire the next generation and be that voice of reason and that support system for young dancers.
Yes.
And people need that. Like, I needed that. Like, that mentorship is incredibly valuable.
And it's so crazy that we're having this conversation because as a teacher, sometimes you don't know if you're being valued, or sometimes you feel like, okay, they like me for these couple of years, and then you don't hear from them, and then you just think that they forgot about me, you know?
Yeah.
And I would like to just say, you got to get out your head with those thoughts, because we're all living life.
Right.
And sometimes it's not that we're not thinking of that person. We don't know what you're doing or if it's a good time to reach out. So this is like a full circle moment, just hearing, like, you know, not only being a part of your journey, but even now sitting here across from you as you're, you know, doing your podcast and hearing this as well. It's very validating, and it humbles me, and it helps me know that I'm doing something right with my life.
Definitely.
And it fuels me to keep going.
I love that. It makes me so happy. And it's so cool because I feel like a lot of my first guests on my podcast so far have been people that have like known me since I was so young, and it really helped me in my dance journey. And so it is so full circle sitting here now. So we're going to get into some segments now. Before we do that, let's cheers. So we have some champagne. I got my girl beer. Shout out girl beer.
Girl beer.
Clock it.
Cheers to you.
Cheers
and
to
this
you.
is about to be the next hottest podcast. Catch it.
From your mouth to God's ears. Salud.
I love Prosecco.
Prosecco's my fave, other than
that's like my next future dream is to have my own liquor brand.
Ooh,
but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Okay, so our first segment is called What's on Your Call Sheet? So what does a day in your life look like as a multi-hyphenate?
Oh, God. Well, now I also work for NYCDA, Steps on Broadway.
Period. And
I work at a studio in Connecticut called Connect. So hi, family. It's insane.
I mean, just saying that is like, whoa. Like, and look at how many things you're doing.
And I teach at I think I choreographed 67 dances last summer. 67 to 70 something. I have to look at my notes. But it's in the 60s or 70s. Yeah, my life is crazy. So, but on a normal day, I will wake up and answer like emails from parents, because that's important as a business owner. So now I'm not only a choreographer, I'm a creative director, I'm also an entrepreneur, a boss. So you have to do boss things. So everything is not always dance related.
Yeah.
There's a lot of administrative work. I gotta do costumes sometime, make sure costume orders are right, make sure sizes are right, music. Yeah. Sometimes listen to the music and give stamps to my staff so each person knows what section they're choreographing. And then if I'll have next things in terms of like, what's our games, formations, and then the evening is when I start to teach because the kids are out of school. So I would say like my 9 to 5 is spent in my home. I have a home office. So typically I'm having meetings and all of those kind of things. And then in the evening, I'm teaching either at Boss Kids, Nets Kids, or studios.
Yeah.
Or conventions.
Yeah, so it's more than just the steps. It's more than just dance. Way more.
Scheduling.
Yeah.
I have to do schedules, especially because I travel a lot for work. So if I'm away, I have to make sure there's coverage at my companies and my teams to make sure that there's teachers to cover the program.
Yeah. So on a day of a job like the Macy's Day, Thanksgiving Day Parade, or New Year's Rockin' Eve, which my mom and I watched when I was home in Philly for New Year's, and I was like, this looks like a Jonah dance. And then I looked at the name and I'm like, oh, it is a Jonah dance. And then I was like, yes, Jonah. But what does a day in your life look like on a job like that?
So Macy's is probably one of the hardest jobs that I do because it's like a 6 a.m. call time.
Wow.
But the parade don't start till 10. So we're just in the cold. But it's one of the best experiences. And it's on Thanksgiving. So everyone's in great spirits. There's millions of people.
Yeah.
We line up and then we begin our route, which is about, I think, 70, 80 blocks. And then we get in front of the star and put on a show. It's for me, I've been doing dance for so long. Like, I can do it in my sleep. Like, I can sit on set for 12 hours and be fine with it because I know how to like have fun. It's still fun to me. I feel like once it's not fun, you shouldn't be doing anything anymore.
Definitely.
I don't care what you do. Once you come in there, you're miserable and you're nasty. You need to stay home or find something else that you like to do, because especially when you have like, I have a team of 60 kids, right?
Yeah.
And that's just one of one of my teams. You can't come in there with bad energy.
No.
Because then that dictates the rest of the energy in the room. So I always try to make sure I bring my best self, so that they are also going to go and give them their best version. But call sheets all change. When I'm at a Nets game, we'll have like a 11 a.m. call time. The game's not till 5. So we have court rehearsal. Then behind there, we're doing social media, or we can be going upstairs and doing like promo work. So it varies job to job.
Yeah. And I love what you said about the fact that if you don't have the love for it, or you're not having fun doing it, it's not for you anymore.
No.
Because not only is that impacting you and not the right journey for you, but it's impacting everybody around you. Because like you said, these can be 12-hour days. Day on set, a full day on set is 12 hours. And no one wants to work with miserable people.
No.
Like, you need to be fun to work with.
And you need to be grateful.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. So on your social media, you're very transparent and very vulnerable. And I think that really helps people connect with you. Even my mom, like,
that's my girl.
She loves Jonah. She's always keeping up tabs on him. Like it's like, even, and like you were saying earlier, like, even if you're not talking every day, you can still know someone through their social media.
Absolutely.
You know, so why is it important to you to be so vulnerable, transparent, and relatable on your social media? And how do you think that's helped you grow your brand?
Well, I love reality TV.
Me too.
Call me any show if y'all need this up on there. But I also feel like sometimes reality TV, because it's edited, you don't really see their reality. My page is called The Jonah Show. So I want to be very transparent and very in real time. If I'm not having the best, if I wake up and I'm just in a bad space, I'm gonna share that with the people that follow me, because clearly they follow me for that reason.
Right.
And I want people to understand that I'm human. That's important. Meaning, like, I'm fab, I dress nice, I travel, I have a great career, blah, 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 blah. So do so many other people.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that they have weak days. It doesn't mean they don't have days where they don't feel their best self. And a lot of times it could be trauma, it could be just things that we have not fully overcome. So I like to be very transparent, and you don't understand how many people write to me and tell me that they're like, thank you for what you said, or agree with me, or, I mean, I do get the people be like, are you okay? And I'm like, girl, I'm fine. I'm at the pool.
But thanks for checking on me.
Thanks for checking, boo, but I'm good. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
And I think that and I feel like once I let that out, I let another layer off. Because I feel like I have been one of those people who've been very private and kind of protect certain things I don't want to talk about. Now I'm at that age where I just don't care. So I'm just saying it. Especially if I feel like there's something that I hear constantly. If there's a topic that I hear multiple people talking about, I'm definitely going to put it up on that Instagram.
Yeah.
Because people listen and they watch. Because I see the eyeballs. I look at the eyeballs all day. Because I get more eyeballs than likes.
More like, more people viewing.
Your stories?
Yeah.
People be in the stories.
Yes.
So I really enjoy that part of like social media. Is like, I go on so many people's pages who's like, I don't feel like they're being influential because they're not being themselves. You're just posting all these filters and looking crazy. I actually just try to be as raw as possible.
We got to clip that, because that is so important. Yeah. And I've been doing like my own constructive feedback for myself with my social media, because I feel like I've been very like just posting the great things that happen in my life, just posting my accomplishments. Like my Instagram reads like a resume, and a big reason I wanted to do this podcast is to share more of my personality, because there's so many different sides to me. I'm a very deep person, I'm a very smart person, I'm a very funny person, and I feel like I could do a better job of showing that.
Absolutely.
And I think you do such a great job with that. Thank you. And it makes people feel seen, and I think people trust you more because of it.
Absolutely. So many parents let their kids travel with me.
Yeah.
Who letting their kid go to Florida for a week? I've taken kids to Los Angeles. Well, I'm here in Los Angeles. But I used to take kids out here for auditions and take them here for rehearsals because their parent couldn't bring them. Like, that's how I know that I'm doing God's work. Yeah. It's so much bigger than me, you know? And I'll say my page is like my diary. It really is like a little insight to like my life, my head, and just like a day of Jonah.
Yeah. And how cool it would be to like look back on everything you posted and just see like your
and
whole
I don't
life.
delete nothing. So it's all there from years ago. So I
Right.
can't wait. You know, there's people who will go all the way back and I can see them liking stuff. I'm like, wow, they dig down on that page. But I'm just happy that I've been very like, I've kind of built this like all these chapters.
Yes.
And however long I've had Instagram, there everything is chronicalized still.
Yeah, all the errors of Jonah.
All the errors. Some of the errors I don't want to see.
We all have those errors.
I don't want to see those things.
So with challenges that you faced, how do you push through those times and overcome them?
I'm grateful to have great friends. I have friends that I've been friends with since like high school. I have a beautiful community I built in New York. Like every year I do like a big Christmas party, and it's for like all the people that are like special to me. And it's just beautiful to see all races, all people coming from different walks of life, and they're just having a good time. I've had people who just really always remind me, like keep me in good spirits. And I think my friends know when I'm just not, because they'll just reach out randomly. And I'm just grateful. You need good people in your life. I'm a loner because if you follow me, I love doing things alone, but also you need community.
Yeah.
I've read something where you need like 9 or something hugs a day. I can't remember that quite.
No, that's true. I've seen that. Yeah.
And that's probably my favorite part of my job. I get like 60 hugs a day between all the kids, their mamas, my friends. It's just a beautiful thing. I didn't get that growing up. My mom wasn't very touchy-feely.
Yeah.
Well, not touchy-feely, that sounds weird. But she wasn't like
not like physical touch person. Yeah.
My mother had me at 15, 16. When you get older, you get for more grace, right?
Yeah.
Because she clearly didn't know how to be a mom at 15, 16. So shout out to single moms who are 15, 16, raising a child, especially somebody like me who love fashion and I want the new Jordans. And I was an extra kid.
No, shout out to the single moms.
Shout out. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, dang, I wish I had that like support or her sitting outside waiting for me. But I also am grateful for that because it built I'm such a strong person.
Yeah.
And that's because I had to always vouch for myself. Yeah. I always had to be the one at 10, walking myself to class. Yeah. Signing up for band, paying for selling cookies to pay for my instrument or get my, Yeah. I filled out my own college applications. I was working to pay for college and I was in Virginia. So I clearly that was a great thing that she wasn't like on smothering me. You know, she really told me to be a man. Yeah. And
be strong on your own as an individual.
But I do yearn for that still, like that motherly like check-in. And I pray that it's something that we can reconcile one day. Like have that mom, like, again, I don't need her to be like all of my business. Yeah, right. But just a check-in. How's my son? You know, how's the career? How you know, I have this one lady I work with, her name is Shanae Rivers. She's works for the Nets, and she always be like, how's your soul? Yeah, when she calls me, she be like, hey, King, how's your soul? Yeah. And I will say shout out to the Nets. That working for them has changed. Like, I have so many great friendships. I just enjoy working for that organization. It's really a family. And I really feel like that has helped me in the past few years as well. Like having like people around you that really share the same kind of passion, but are just really good people. And we check in on each other. Yeah,
it's definitely important to have that community in this industry. It's tough. You hear a lot of no's, you know, there's cliquey types of people, but having that community, that support, and it's nice you've been able to find that within the dance community.
Absolutely.
So now we're going to play a little this or that. We can now call this Hot Takes in Hollywood because it's no longer Cold Takes in Philly. So this is just a quick lightning round. You're going to pick one or the other. Okay. So creating for TV or live audiences?
Probably creating for TV. One is more challenging because you got to think of angles and you have to think of like how you want things to be on television. And visual. I love TV performances. Yeah. It's just a different. It requires you to think a little differently. Yeah. So subway, taxi, or Lyft? Oh, heck no. I don't do nobody's subway, girl. Lyft or Uber. Yes. Or a ride. I'm sorry, I can't do the rats. I will say, if it's like, I live in Harlem, so if it's something for like 125 to like Ripley, that's like 10 minutes. Yeah. I'll give y'all my little $3. But baby, if it's too far, I'm not sitting on that train with them crazy people. No. Or walking, you know, I'll get my steps in. I love a good walk. Yes, exactly. Rehearsals or performance day? Rehearsals. People don't realize you spend more time in rehearsal. Yeah, that totally. Is the memories. Yeah. The performance is like, that's it. So, right. Because then once the performance is over, it's over. It's over. But the rehearsals, the push with the team, like
That is
the jokes when people be looking crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we're going to play some fact or fiction. We're going to clear up misconceptions in the dance world. One is you have to choose one lane in dance. Like if you want to be a dancer, you're a dancer and that's it. And you can't be a multi-hyphenate.
Okay.
Fact or fiction?
I think that is fact.
That you have to choose dance?
Well, this is my thing. Dance, did you say choreography? Because you can do multiple. When you're a dancer, you have to really be focused. Like you have a lot to.
Okay.
Especially in those foundational years. Once you kind of like have a wrap on it, it's just easier to just be focused on dance. Because it's a very hard job as it is. Then you are like, I'm going to go be a nurse and then I'm going to dance. And
okay, so you think you can be like a multi-hyphenate within the dance world of like choreographer, dancer, creative director, but not a multi-hyphenate in terms of like outside of the dance industry.
It's just a lot because then we have to
dance.
Even for me, like my kids, if they're playing soccer or cheerleading, they're going to have to miss rehearsal because they have to pick. It's hard for us.
Okay, yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
I think once you're like a industry like vet, of course you should be exploring more. But in those beginning stages, you need to figure out what can you master first.
Yeah.
Because we're not in a society where people can do everything anymore. Like I said, I had a corporate job, still was dancing.
Yeah.
People they're not equipped for that because they don't work at 14 no more. They don't have, I was working at 14 till now. I'm 44. So we don't have that no more. So I think you have to really master one thing first and then progressively,
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Conquer the next thing.
I have like that foundation. Yeah. Social media doesn't matter in dance.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
It's very prevalent.
It definitely does.
For anything entertainment, anything where you're a brand, selling anything, you have to have a great presence on social media.
Yeah, totally. Are there any other misconceptions you want to clear up?
Misconceptions. I think that I feel like we have so many like conventions and all these things now, and the dancers are coming in massive. They're coming like in packs. I want us to realize that this is real work though. Yeah. Right? You want to be a dancer, you want to do this, the long days. You can't be mad that you have to have these long rehearsals, or it requires so much more than just the post and I work with this artist and I'm signed to this agency. It's real work. So I just feel like the work ethic needs to get stronger. Yeah. How we take class needs to be a lot more, take it more seriously. Yeah. We should be focused on the videos from the choreographers. When the video coming out? Why?
I think we should bring back more classes
that don't film.
Yes. I really do believe that.
I actually don't do it often anymore.
That way it doesn't always feel like an audition. I think it's a great tool where you're able to get videos to promote yourself, but I don't think every class needs to be that. And I kind of miss that safe space to like try things or fall on the floor or mess up because you're really going for it without being like, great, someone's going to post that video and I'm going to be in the back looking a mess. Like, I agree. I think both are very valuable, but I feel like every class now is filmed.
Or if you're going to do, let's say you have a 3-week series of classes, maybe the first 2 you just teach in the combo. The third day you film.
I like that. That way you can practice it, get better at it, and then film it, So our next segment is Crafty Corner. As you know, when you're on set, there's a crafty table. What would be your go-to crafty table, your dream crafty table, or like your favorite snack for rehearsal or game day?
Well, anywhere I travel, they know this is what I like. But now you can write in Note Studios. Red and green grapes. I love grapes because especially if I'm working 12 hours, 13 hours, 6 classes back to back, I need like not too much sugar, but something that's gonna keep me up. Yeah. I love like a celery, carrot kind of like situation.
Celery is good for you. I can't get behind it. It's
so yummy. With
it's
some
a
peanut butter
to force myself to eat.
I love my prosecco.
Period.
Potato chips, as you know, I said I love my plain chips, and I love Mike and Ike's.
I love that. I need that crafty.
And I love Jersey Mike's. So like, because I'm from Jersey.
Yes.
And I'm from.
Come on, hoagie.
I love a hoagie, like an Italian hoagie. And you got me.
It. Yes.
But at dinner, I want a steak. I'm not going.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so our next segment is our industry X. What's on our industry betrayal list? So I always say mine's like net 30, net 90 payment. Shout out. So what is on your, what's your industry act? What's on your betrayal list?
The same.
Yeah.
I started working before kids and like the labels, music labels, and shout out to the labels. I live for the music labels and working for the industry, but I don't have time waiting for payment. One thing I like working with the young people, if I work at a convention, I'm getting paid as soon as I leave. If you have a dance school, you get paid, I have time to be waiting net 90, net 60, net 200.
Yeah.
I have my rents due at the end of the month.
Exactly.
So that's my biggest pet peeve is like, you're hiring these dancers, less budget so that they're getting paid, at a decent time.
Yes.
So that would probably be one of the things that I think is a problem, especially when it comes to dancers. It's like, it's always an issue with payment for dancers or a delay.
Yep.
So can we fix that for 2026? Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else? Any crazy dance moms, lack of choreography credit, people stealing choreography? All
of the above. I must focus on one thing. My biggest thing is like industry moms. I'm a person who works with the youth.
Yeah.
And it's never really the father. They be chill. It's the moms. We have to keep in mind that if your child makes the decision to do anything, basketball, swim, model, the people in charge are the people in charge. Stop questioning people's authority. Stop sending unnecessary emails. Stop, questioning why my kid wasn't this and that. We're the ones in the room watching the progress. Right. We know how their behavior at home is going to be totally different sometimes than they are in the studio. Yeah. Right? And or in school, my kid is perfect. That's the kid, the version you saw at home. We see another side.
Right.
Right? So at the end of the day, I'm always here for the youth.
Yeah.
But I do not like how vocal parents are now.
Yeah.
Back in the day when your mom never had, I never had issues with parents.
My mom is never, and my mom doesn't like those types of moms. My mom's like, I'm going to drop you off at class and I'm going to leave. Like,
let us do our job.
Exactly.
So that would be my biggest thing is like, I love what I do, but sometimes it's very difficult when you have people challenging or questioning your authority or not realizing I wouldn't be in this position if I didn't know what I was saying or doing.
Definitely.
So just relax, parents. We're not on Abby Lee's show. This is not the norm for people. We really do care about kids. If anyone who's putting their time into children, clearly care.
Yeah.
So just let us do what we gotta do.
Yeah, and I vouch for Jonah. He definitely cares. So this is called Call Sheet Confessions, right? So what's your call sheet confession?
I sometimes get a little nervous about speaking things because I had a list growing up. I still have it, but I clearly went to speech school, so I have mastered it. But I still get in my head, can I say this word correctly without messing it up? So sometimes I see in a call sheet that I have to host or I have to go out and present something. I can, even after 20 years, I still get a little nervous, especially if it's a bunch of kids I've never really talked to. You're like, how they gonna receive me? So we still get nervous. We're human. It's normal to get nervous, So dance, I can get up there and teach. But if I have to say a bunch of things, sometimes I can just get in my head. But
I think everyone relates to that though. I feel the same way. Coming on the mic or having to do a speech or everyone gets nervous, But it's pushing through the fear that matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you were starting over your career, what's one piece of advice that you would give to young people that want to be in the position that you are in today?
I always tell myself to just always, number one, stay grounded in who you are.
Yeah.
Be intentional. I was very intentional when I moved here. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life and who I wanted to be. And I continue to, even the ups and downs. There was so many downs before there was ups.
Yeah.
But those downs made me more you have to plant a tree and the tree has to continue to be watered to flourish and grow.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with life. You have to continue to pour into yourself and pour water into that soil and let it continue to grow into what it's supposed to be. So be patient. I was very patient and that's why I am in the position I am now. Like I said, I never thought I would be this person.
Yeah.
I knew I would be successful, but not this version of success. Yeah. So just be humble and be patient. And trust in God's timing.
Yeah. And on that note, thank you so much, Jonah, for coming on Call Sheet Confessions.
Call Sheet Confessionals.
Hey.
You better get confessional. Hey.
Hey, we need that. I need a jingle.
Hello.
I need a jingle. So, Jonah, is there anything you want to shout out? Instagrams, anything upcoming? You took an acting class. You're getting into comedy. You're going to start a podcast. what is next for Jonah? What's next for the Jonah Show?
You can find me on the Jonah Show on Instagram. I also have Boss Kids Official. That's my company's page. We have our show coming up May 31st in New York City on my 9th year anniversary showcase. So if you're in the New York City area, come catch a great show.
Yes.
I have my podcast that will be coming out this spring, Born Original with Jona Biddle. And I'm working on my first children's book. So you can mostly just catch up with me on Instagram, watch the progress. I'm always doing something. There's something always going on. So I'm very good at just putting up things. So follow me, say what's up. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all got to give it up for her because she ate this up today. Give it up for Miss LePage.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me. I had a great time. Of course.
I can't wait to see all these things that you have coming up.
I'm going to come back and then I'm going to be like having the book and be like,
yes. Promoting the
we will be back.
Yes.
And then we'll both be both have our podcast, and then we can talk about.
We'll collab.
How you do it?
Exactly. Thank you, Jonah. Everyone out there, remember to work hard, love what you do, and chase the dream. Also, may your call times be reasonable and your checks be on time. And like my Mimi always says, break a leg, but not really. See you next time.